Wait, are you live yet?
We're live.
Never mind.
We are live. Welcome to Wrestling on the Rocks.
Baby.
Baby. Yeah, it was a good week. It was a good week. How you guys been?
Decent, very decent.
Let's everybody introduce ourselves. I'm Ref Marsh, at Ref Marsh.
Kevlar at nothing.
Just you go home
Just
after
Kevlar,
that.
yeah.
He just goes
That's-
home and
that's
doesn't
it.
log into anything.
Yeah.
That's good.
Eric at absolutely nothing that's appropriate for this.
This is true.
Yeah.
This is absolutely true. Clump can't figure it out. All right, if you guys are ready to drink and talk wrestling,
Cheers.
we'll get started here in just a second. Today we are drinking
Pretty
again.
full.
I know this one's pretty full. I've got to get to it.
It's like a...
It's warm on top.
Yeah, because
That's the problem with the ice on the bottom business. It's warm on top.
I mean, I didn't say that's the bottom. I just thought you had a problem.
It's warm. Want to go over some of NXT there, Clump? What
Yeah.
How did it open up?
So it opened up with the new biker dudes, which I don't know the
The
names of.
Forgotten Sons.
The Forgotten Sons.
Keep forgetting.
You forgot.
Yeah. And I was taking notes during this, trying to do my best. As always, not doing great at it. So my notes were just scrawled out badly. But it was a member of the Forgotten Sons versus...
It was Riker versus Humberto Carrillo. Umberto, right?
Umberto Carrillo, because they really emphasized that. They went over with it. Like they were like long. Somebody went through a few years of Spanish on the announce team and wanted to show that off. Like, I can pronounce this well.
I would also show it off if I was that long.
You gotta be proud.
Carrillo.
Yeah. All year. But it was a decent match. It ended kind of in a
No decision. Yeah, no
Yeah, no
contest.
decision.
They were brawling on the outside. He got counted out, and little old school finish there. No winner.
absolutely.
That's cool. I like that.
Yeah, I like that. I always like when they do that. Oni Lorcan and what's his buddy's name?
The guys,
Evan Bourne. Is that right? No,
Danny Burch.
Danny Birch. I was close, man. I was super close.
I'm not always
Yeah.
involved in this, but occasionally, brain
Yeah,
works.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was good.
Who you thought was Dominic, not so friendly with people in history.
Yeah, I thought it was Dominic Jerkovic. It was not him. I had
Yeah.
a hard time keeping all the bald dudes apart.
Yeah, I think it was because they looked like skinheads, and given recent tweets, I could.
Yeah, that was an unfortunate way for him to take his character so abruptly. I'm glad they pulled it down. We'll see how they come out of it. I know he wasn't on this week, so
Yeah.
maybe they're just giving us a breather so people can kind of like lie low. Maybe not be bad.
Yeah.
They had that. They also had the it was Aaliyah and Vanessa Bourne, actually, I think was her name.
Mm-hmm. Versus Candice LeRae.
Is that an
and
anagram for Evan Bourne?
It might be.
Vanessa Bourne?
Yeah.
No, because that would be.
Oh.
Have their own fist and have them punch themselves in the eye.
Are you
Oops.
watching other shows?
Yeah. I'm bored already.
Just trying to keep up to date on my soccer.
Yeah.
City won today.
City?
Yeah. Man City. Manchester's
That's your
blue.
favorite city, dude.
Yeah, no.
Man City's
Yes,
always
sir.
been your favorite.
I didn't know. I didn't know.
Sorry, go ahead. Keep going.
Do you want to know where it is?
You want to see the goals? Just kidding.
We're just gonna pause this for a little bit.
We'll be right back.
Just censor across the bar.
This feels like work slightly. We're parts of the day. You have jobs to do. I'm just watching soccer.
Yeah.
You have jobs to do.
Yeah, could have sworn we paid you for something else.
That's what I was doing.
Well, not today, you don't.
I got coverage. Okay.
I know you intended to, boss, but today's not your day.
But it was that was a good match. It was
Against Candice LeRae and
and
Casey
Catanzaro.
Catanzaro. Really good match.
Yeah.
She's the American Ninja Warrior.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
Ninja
good.
Warrior. Her entrance into the ring already is like my favorite of NXT. She goes around the outside. She avoids the steps, goes around to the far outside, and then scales up the post.
Oh, really?
Gets onto the top of the post, does like almost a little Randy Orton, and then just comes rolling into the ring. And you're like, yes.
Yeah, I think that'd be the opposite. If I went to the ring, I would do like the old WrestleManias. You have like the scooting trolley.
Just-
Minimize the amount of effort getting in here.
You don't like the Matt Riddle trampoline throw off your flip flops?
I do not like anything about Matt Riddle.
I look at that and I always wonder, like, how do you do that? Because I want to try and do it because it looks kind of cool.
It's not cool.
It is. I want
No one wonders how do you kick off your own shoes.
When you go to bed tonight.
When you can't see your own feet, you wonder how.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Excuse me.
But I'm trying to verify we're not
I was
having
going to say, if I
technical
was drinking alcohol, this would be a frightening amount. Feel the weight of that.
God dang.
Yeah.
Just do curls during the whole show.
Yeah, okay, cool. We are still live. Man, I'm gonna have a hard time with our technology today. I apologize for that one.
What was the next match?
How did that one finish? Candace
No.
won. Candace won for that one.
Yeah. No, and did fantastic. Did a fantastic, or initially had Casey in the beginning just kind of really taking a beating that I didn't think like she needed to get.
That's how tag team wrestling works, though.
Yeah, but I mean, like, that's how wrestling in general works. But it felt like it didn't showcase her as well as it could have.
They did at first. They had her come out really strong.
And then got her ass whipped for a long while.
That's how that's the thing. That's the method. That's how tag teams work. Is someone comes out, they're the workhorse. They go out there, they get worked over, and then you get your powerhouse or your winner type to come in and get the win. If you have a much longer match, you get a little bit more back and forth on that side. But with the short matches they have for NXT, then that's what you can expect. Is just to see each person one time.
Fair.
So I would say with their time constraints, given what they did showcase some pretty cool stuff with Casey. But they wanted Candice LeRae to look like the hero, and I think that's probably moved the story forward.
And she did really good. Like
They all four did great. Michelle brought up a really good point. She watched it. She goes, "If this is developmental, why are these tag teams better than the tag champions?" And I was like, ugh.
But they're not iconic.
Yeah.
It's true.
Branding.
It's the T-shirt biz.
Branding. And they're not exotic and from Australia.
That's not exotic.
They might have stolen the titles because, prisoners. Australia, prison colony.
I don't think there's a lot of prisons in Australia.
It is a prison colony.
It's a colony of prison.
That's what it was originally for.
There's no fence around that island. Anyone can go there. That's a very low custody prison.
You didn't know that?
It's a low custody prison.
No, the original.
Anyone can leave.
What was Australia originally used for, and what all their people?
It was originally used as land to live on.
No, it was used as a prison colony by the English.
Turning to soccer on the rocks, now history on the rocks.
History on the rocks.
History on the rocks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've heard that.
that's why in Australia, just watch out.
Yeah.
Unilaterally, the entire country.
I'm still having a hard time. So if anyone's tuning in, I don't know about it yet. So if you want to say something, say hi in the chat. Stackhouse, if you're back, we're waiting for you. Kind of. I got to see a match that Stackhouse had over the weekend. He had a championship title match.
Nice.
He did not win that match, but he won our hearts.
Yes.
It was a really great match. It was a great match. And it was, oh man. It was a really good match. He did a really good job. It sounded like it was a little tough to book because they're both faces. And it was former champ versus recent champ or current champ. And it was for charity, which was really cool.
Nice.
He has an amazing t-shirt, which I immediately went to prowrestlingtees.com and said, he's got to be on here. He is not.
Oh, it's bullshit.
So I said, that's bullshit. I told him I've known people who do less and are less qualified than him who have wrestling tee shops. And I was like, we'll help. We'll get you on that shop.
Cool.
So hopefully, here it goes. There's a button I've been looking for the whole time, I think. Nope. Wait. I have an ad. All right. really good match. Really good. Main thing I would have been happy to see here. Hopefully next time he gets the title back, wins it from that schmo. JD, I think his name was.
JD Schmo.
JD Schmo, as far as I'm concerned. But no, his shirt actually was awesome, and that was one of the first things I said to him was, "How do I get that shirt?" So hopefully we'll be able to help support him a little bit, like he's been supporting us.
And I looked him up too, and what I saw was impressive. Dude does a decent moonsault.
The dude does a killer moonsault. It's like an avalanche moonsault from the second rope, right?
Nice.
He whips back super fast because this dude's a big dude. And you'd think, like, he looks like he's setting up for Vader Bomb, which is awesome because you're just like, oh my god, it's gonna be a killer. And then he just, instead of a Vader Bomb, he just flips. And you're just like, fuck! Really cool.
That's awesome.
That's also, I think that's also the opponent, just
Yeah.
Vader Bomb, fuck.
Yeah. But he, I needed. Yeah, I'm having a hard time seeing anybody if they come in. So say hi. We do want to start giving out as well comeback chips, but we'll go into that later too. So if you say hi, you can start getting your name down for some of that stuff. It's a little swag down the way.
Yeah.
Let's see. To finish up NXT, the only other match they had.
No, they had two more. They had Street Profits versus
the War Raiders.
Warriors,
The current NXT Tag Champions, the War Raiders.
who possess time machines and take us back in time.
To when they were the War
War
Raiders.
Raiders and NXT Tag Team Champions. Which,
And NXT Tag Team Champions.
yeah.
Do they have any affiliation with the Viking Experience?
Who?
Oh, the Viking Raiders.
Oh, the
Yeah,
Viking
those are-
Raiders.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I've heard of them.
Yeah.
Not so far as we could tell. Not that they mentioned. No, they didn't. They didn't seem to have a correlation.
They look like they should be like cousins, brothers,
Yeah.
something.
Weird.
Yeah.
Very,
Yeah,
very familiar
maybe
people.
from the same experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, my brother even texted me during that. He goes, "I'm watching NXT Live right now, and the War Raiders just came out as the War Raiders." He goes, "This is crazy." And I was like, continuity with NXT is pretty bizarre.
Yeah.
I will tell you the surprising bit. It was for the championships, and the War Raiders retained.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
What?
6 months from now, they might lose it.
They might.
Yeah.
But we'll never see those belts on the roster, and they'll be the Viking. They're two different teams.
Yeah. So weird.
Yeah. I really hope nobody in the NXT roster dies or something like that, because it's gonna be real fucking weird with this continuity.
The continuity issue is going to be hard to get through,
This is really sad. Every week you're
especially with
on.
someone with a championship.
Yeah.
Yeah, with them filming everything 3 months in advance, it seems that could be real messy if someone has gets fired or has an accident or something, and it's all yeah, they got a title match at Takeover. I don't know what to tell you.
Take care of Johnny Gargano and Adam Cole. I'm just saying that right now.
Yeah.
Well, at least Gargano.
Yeah, that's true. Cole can go. After, and that was a really good match, actually, surprisingly good. They tried to make the Street Profits look super strong, they were gonna pull out the win the first couple seconds. I was like, holy shit! And then
Yeah.
they didn't win, and I was like, oh, okay, that was good.
I haven't seen too much of the Street Profits. I wasn't super impressed. I mean, they're one half great. It just felt really imbalanced. Because
Ford, you like Montez Ford?
I like Montez Ford.
He's married, I think, to Bianca Belair. If they're not engaged, they're married. It's a pretty cool power couple from NXT when you look at it. But yeah, his partner looks like it's his first week. Constantly.
He has a physique very similar to me, which is not a good thing.
He looks softer than you.
Unless you're a Viking.
Well, he looks as soft as me when I'm looking at him and his physique.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After that was Adam Cole not Adam Cole, it was Roderick Strong versus Gargano. That was a great match. Those two dudes are incredible.
Mm-hmm.
How Roderick Strong has stayed in NXT and off the radar for so long as far as main roster and people knowing is just ridiculous. He's one of the best that they've ever had.
In the ring, I think it's just the mic stuff.
Oh, come on.
Oh.
There's plenty of people.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
If it was a mic issue,
Even
we'd have a different roster entirely.
I think he would do fantastic at the main roster with Paul Heyman. Give him a mouthpiece. Don't invest fully in him, Because you're not wrong, there are worse people, but I don't want him to go to the main roster and then
Yeah.
float.
Yeah.
Like,
I'd say also that I don't know that I would want Heyman with him because Heyman really has a great way. I mean, he's amazing. Who knows? He could probably push anybody, but I feel like that he's much more of like a prize fighting champion style like push. Where, although I think he could do a really good job with what they call Messiah, the backbreaker. What they called Roderick Strong because he's got so many different variations of backbreakers.
Yeah.
Almost everything he does ends in backbreaker, and you think that you'd be sick of it like right away, but no, you don't. Every time it's a different backbreaker. Like, he did it again! I can't believe it. It's like, oh, well, this definitely can't be a backbreaker. Oh my god, it is! Like, that's what watching him feels like to me.
Nice.
Excitement. The Undisputed Era gets involved in it. And
yep, Adam Cole comes out, tries to start something with Gargano, and does it good heel work from Adam Cole. He's not getting too involved. He's not looking like anything fierce. He's just looking whiny and like Adam Cole.
Like Adam Cole.
And then the Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish come out. They're all there. Then Matt Riddle comes out and gets involved. Turns into kind of a big thing, you know.
Yeah, Matt Riddle's now involved in it, helping out Gargano.
I don't know if either of them need that. I don't particularly like Matt Riddle, but he doesn't really need to be paired with anyone. And Gargano really doesn't need to be paired with anyone. I think he can stand on his own.
Yeah, I think that's what they proved, right? That was the whole point of all the DIY stuff. Although I do think it'd be great if they started calling themselves the BRO instead of DIY. It could be good.
Bring Reaper out.
Yeah. That or Johnny Broing. You know what I mean? Johnny Broing. Right?
No.
Rolls off the tongue.
Oh.
Like, kind of like how vomit does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Slips out.
Oh, and Cassius Ohno is going to be Kushida's first opponent. We found out this week.
Yeah, that was a shocking turn of events. That Cassius Ohno would be.
The entrance exam for NXT. He's never done that before.
I feel like it's a new move for him.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody's first match is a little harder to predict.
Branching out.
Yeah.
And I think Kushida's going to win.
There's no way he can win against Cassius Ohno. That dude is just an elbow monster.
The knockout artist.
Knockout artist. Genius of wrestling.
Is there a bet going on between you two?
About who's going to end up wearing Cassius Ohno's long shirt
I'll
and
bet my-
underwear by the end of the night.
I'll bet my beard.
Beard match.
Yeah.
Weird match.
That was it for NXT. I will say overall good episode. Again, not in continuity. That's just the way that it goes. This is for you. I don't know if
Oh, really?
yeah. Yeah. I definitely don't want it.
The rest of the crate come too?
Yeah, no, that's not the AEW crate.
Oh, that's the...
If you don't know, Adam Cole is not in AEW.
Yeah, that's fair. You're not wrong.
The
I just was
gone
trying-
but not
I-
forgotten.
That's gone but not
Oh,
forgotten.
so I got a free bonus. I think you owe me money now.
What do you mean? How would I owe you money?
You couldn't... I wouldn't... You couldn't pay me... I couldn't...
Just,
yeah.
just to take it. Stackhouse, if you're audio only right now,
It's for the best.
someone's talking shit about Nia Jax.
On our...
Yeah, it says, Nia Jax, you pig. Thanks for nothing. I swear to everything that is holy, stay away from me.
Okay.
Is it Alexa?
I hesitantly agree. I'll tell you, I'm not a fan of hers, and I'm glad that she's out. You're never glad that somebody is injured, but in this case, I don't mind.
Yeah.
A lot of people have gotten time off on her behalf before, so it doesn't bother me.
But
it should, and I feel bad about that, but it doesn't.
But I would clarify that the critique is the performance and the work, not the comment, not her body or anything.
Not the
like
weight?
that. Yeah, no. I mean, There's big people who do a lot.
Oh yeah.
It's not that. It's just the work rate's terrible.
Yeah, no, her work is awful.
And for Stackhouse to see and whoever. Yay.
Yep. If you're not on video today's Stackhouse, just so you know, I gave Clump and Adam Cole 8x10. Came in a crate this month,
His
and
passport picture.
it looks like a passport picture.
The only thing I know they talk about him being the next Shawn Michaels. I see it in the hairline.
Then it's going back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God damn.
Shave
Roughly
your
my
head,
age.
baby. He's gonna be like Baron Corbin soon. It's gonna be
Dude, he's
awesome.
got too big of a head to do that. He's going to look like there's a problem.
Yeah. Yeah, he will.
He's going to become like a Make-A-Wish kid. Just going to scoot this
Jesus.
over here.
All right, so let's get into Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
That was exciting. It was actually a good episode. I liked it top to bottom overall, but we'll go through it. At the very, very beginning, they announced there were going to be 2 triple threat matches in which the winners will face each other for a number 1 contenders match. I like the idea of that, having kind of a small tournament.
Mm-hmm.
You know, here's a triple threat and a triple threat. Winners can go for the belt.
Yeah.
I like it.
Though of all the people that the final result was I wasn't. There's a lot of better combinations I think could have been that match.
At the end?
Yeah.
That's at the end. So in the beginning, Triple H comes out, cuts a promo with Seth Rollins. I mean, it wasn't a very strong promo. I don't feel like it was the same kind of average Seth Rollins we've been hearing. Same kind of boring.
Well, it felt weird having Triple H go out there and like it felt both like good job, but I don't really like you.
Yeah.
It didn't. It felt really weird and stilted.
It was weird, and
Yeah.
It felt like 2 people that have been through a lot meeting up at a bar, sitting next to each other, and
Telling stories.
Yeah, hey, we've been through a lot together. Yeah, we have. You know, and it was like,
how did we get here?
yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't that exciting in general. I did think it was really weird, or maybe just poor time. Like they announced both of those triple threat matches
Before
at the top of the show.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
Well, it didn't bother me until Seth goes, so what's next?
Yeah.
Who's coming for my title? It's like, probably the 2 triple threats they announced. I think you're going to tell us that. Like, he had no idea what was happening. Triple H also wanted to surprise him with this knowledge that we all already have. You could have just not said anything at first. Do the thing and be like, oh my God, I can't believe it.
Wait 2 minutes.
Yeah, I think that...
This is where we're going.
Yeah, he could have looked so much stronger saying, I'm going to face one of these 6 people and just talk about each of the people.
Yeah.
It might be a little bit hard to make Corbin sound intimidating, but, go through it,
Bartenders are intimidating.
Toughest Mater D at this Bennigan's.
Yeah, he is. TV Poker thinks that it was weird, or maybe not that it was weird, but just says Triple H is a good old boy all of a sudden. Which is like exactly what that felt like. Oh yeah, we're friends now. Last time we talked, I wanted to neuter you, but now we're cool. We're good now because I have this and I haven't followed your career the past couple years, Triple H. What have you been doing? Like, it's what it felt like. It was weird. Well, that's a good point too. TP mentions the telecast likely had the matches above when they were coming out, which is typical. When I've been there, they usually have what they're announcing at home is on the teleprompter. So there's a good chance that the audience wasn't surprised either, when they at least should have been the ones who were. But it was, again, it seemed to me like a simple continuity or announcer issue that didn't have to be, right? The announcers didn't have to spill that, and we could have pretended, been a little excited.
Yeah.
Well, and I think when you, like, that announcing and advancing, I've noticed that more and more, and it feels like they're doing it to get people to watch the show, but as a fan, I think it's so much more fun to watch and have that surprise.
I do too.
Yeah.
They ruined their own pops all of a sudden, and it's like, just
I
let
know
the
both.
surprises be there. Like,
I understand the value of both. I do like the idea of them opening the show, being like, you're going to get 2 triple threats that are going to culminate into a main contender match at the end, main event, one contender match at the end. It's enough to get me interested in what's going to happen and enough to surprise me about who's in it, right? But at the same time, the cast can't be confused.
yeah.
This can't be a surprise to everyone if it's not to me. If you just told me that, you can't be like, I don't know, what do you mean? And that's been kind of their mantra lately is, I don't know.
Kind of like the drafts, the old drafts, so they didn't tell the wrestlers.
Yeah.
So, wanted real reactions. They have spouses.
Yeah, you saw some real anger there. Everybody cuts in. Everybody interrupts and gives one or two lines. It was okay, but not crazy or impactful. It was just a couple like, here's my catchphrase, here's my thing. But it was okay. Do you remember anything meaningful or anything particular out of that large promo in the beginning that seemed to mean much?
Well, we had the introduction of Samoa Joe to the roster because he wasn't on last week because he couldn't.
That's true.
Yeah, which is cool.
First we
I
see
like
Samoa
that.
Joe.
Yeah, and anytime Samoa Joe comes out, I'm happy because he's just great on it, even though it was quick. I think it was good opening. I think the only real critiques I have are I don't know why Baron Corbin's in it. I'm not saying he's bad, but
I didn't know why Miz was in it.
fair.
At least Corbin's been in main event matches, title matches. Like, he's been in those stories this whole time. Like, he's the reason Brock got the belt back, right? But Miz just showed up because he was defending his dad.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden now he's going for the title. It just seemed like to me he was thrown in.
Triple H wanted him because he beat up his brother-in-law.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I think it's never a good sign when like the announcers team on the matches have to tell you this person main evented a WrestleMania. Maybe we should know that. Like, we should be able to kind of remember and not be like, oh, right, Miz did do that.
Yeah, but they also they want to bring in new fans,
Yeah.
right? And so, like, my girlfriend, who's only been watching the past year or two, she hears Miz main evented a WrestleMania, and it's, oh, really? Against who? We're not going to believe this, but it was John Cena.
Bullshit.
Yeah. That, you know what I mean? That opens up a whole conversation of, oh my God, I didn't realize
But at the
Miz.
same time, last week during the shakeup when AJ went,
Yeah.
they acted like this is the first time we've ever seen him.
Yeah. For those of you
Raw,
who don't watch
yeah.
SmackDown,
The Raw fans that aren't familiar with AJ Styles, he was the WWE champion, and it's like, really?
Yeah.
No one knew that?
yeah, no one's heard of it. It was the longest reign in a long time.
Yeah.
No one's heard of it. I do like Corbin. I do want to see more with him. I just think that he's not top tier yet. We got to get him with the right guys. I just don't know if he's been partnered with the right guys to get him over. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But after that intro, they did come out to do Samoa Joe versus AJ versus Rey Mysterio. Funny, that was a triple threat. 3 SmackDown guys who were on SmackDown 2 weeks ago, and now we're on Raw to watch 3 SmackDown stars in a triple threat. It just felt a little like, oh, this could have happened at any time.
But also it felt weird for me because it felt like 5 years ago, Eric would have been like, this is the greatest match ever.
Yeah.
You know? And it just seemed kind of weird that this is, like, it's great, but not like, oh, wow, you know, this is holy crap as a moment, you know?
Yeah, for sure. It was a really great match, though, top to bottom. It was high intensity. All 3 of them were really laying it in. A lot of stiff shots, or at least snug. I mean, I wasn't the one getting it, but it looked like a fight. And I'm sure those guys are fine because they're all pros, but that looked like a fucking brawl. Really great pacing, and I really like the finish, where AJ just like, I'm just gonna go ahead and use Rey Mysterio as a weapon now for a few minutes. And it's like, ugh. He like power bombs him down to like make him limp, and goes, and now I will power bomb you on the other guy, and now with your limp body, I'm gonna go ahead and Styles Clash you onto the other guy, and then he throws Rey Mysterio aside and pins Joe. I was like, that was fucking gnarly.
Yeah.
That was great. What did you guys think of the match?
I liked it.
Yeah. I liked it too. It just, like you said, felt like a SmackDown match. And probably could have seen the same exact match 2 months ago for #1 contendership on SmackDown.
Maybe for the U.S. title.
Yeah.
I mean, they bumped AJ out of the world title picture. He could have easily gone for the U.S. again.
Yeah.
They made a big deal when he did last time. Him and KO going back and forth was a big deal.
Yeah.
Could have done it again.
But yeah, overall the match was great. Back and forth and all 3 great talents.
They all looked refreshed to me. Because I feel like we've seen Samoa Joe and AJ at this point a lot. And we even watched them in a live show here in town. And I remember thinking, what a good match. And I remember them having another match on TV shortly thereafter at like a pay-per-view and realizing it was the same match. Like move for move, they were doing the same thing. And I was like, these guys are getting a little tired. They need a rest, they need a break, they need something, right? I think this did it because they both went in there just all like, let's get to work. That was really cool. After that match, it was Naomi versus Billie Kay, one half of the Iconics. Naomi gets a win in really short order with a roll-up after what I thought was a great display of athleticism on her part. She did a lot of new things that I haven't seen her do lately. Maybe things that have been in her repertoire before. I did watch her on Twitter a little bit, and she has been retweeting a lot of people putting out old moves that she's done where they said, bring this back, bring this back. So I don't know if she's reached out. I didn't follow it so closely. I don't know if she reached out and said, hey, what things have you seen me do you want me to do again, kind of a deal. But if that's the case, then she really stepped it up there too. I think this is a good move for her.
I think that I think it's good. You're right. It's good. It's good at making it look stronger. Which for that belt, they need to look strong if they're going to use it, because it's not. You've said this. It's not new, or it's not been tenured enough to have a weak champion.
You're talking about the tag team championships?
Yes.
Yeah, they made Billie Kay look awful. Naomi looked amazing, and that was my next comment on here. This is for how I think Naomi should be booked, but now how the champions should look, right? This is the second match in a row at that point. We'll get to SmackDown. The second match in a row that they have lost. They are now champion jobbers. SmackDown, they lose again and look bad again, but they are now just looking absolutely horrible. They're undermining those championships. They're burying them. They're absolutely burying them. They look awful in the ring compared to all the other stars. I don't know how they have the titles for this long at this point. And they're not defending it either, so it's not even like you can say, oh, well, they're sneaky. They're getting these sneaky wins. They're cheating.
Stealing another one.
Yeah, stealing another. They're not. They're not stealing a win even. They're just outright losing.
Yeah.
In horrible matches where they look awful. Well, I mean, apart from Naomi looking great. But yeah, it was just another one I put. We have champion jobbers done. It's like, okay, great. But was titles built for a division where the inaugural champions were on the greatest winning streak that any women's tag team had ever seen? They flip them to some jobbers to job out the titles for a while, and that is just a total bummer to me. Anything else about that match you guys liked? Naomi's gear was cool.
Yeah. Gear looked good. She looked really good. She looked on point. It was good.
Yeah, it was overall good. I thought. I just thought Billie Kay just
They need to look
looks
better.
like she did years ago.
Yeah.
The most remarkable thing about the Iconics is how long they've been in the industry and how new they look.
Yeah, they're not improving.
Not.
They've hit that plateau, and I think this is all we're gonna get from them. And
Well, and then again, also they're not even really being utilized, like you said, in a way where it makes sense. You be a shitty heel, be something, be
a Ric Flair heel where you cheat every fucking time, and everyone thinks you're horrible, but you still win every time, like The Miz did with the IC title. Cheat a lot, and then I'll hate you, but I'll believe you as a champion.
Yeah.
I can't even believe you as a champion. TP thinks that Asuka and Sane should take him out. I think everyone has demolished them.
Yeah.
I think that they're just going to be another team that has.
I think that's exactly what they're leading up to.
I think that's what they're building for as well with Paige. I think we might have a really cool Fire and Desire
triple threat with them.
Yeah, Sane and Asuka and Iconics triple threat.
Do you think they'll do a women's tag team
Tourney?
Money in the Bank?
Have they
That's
ever
a
done
lot
any-
of women.
Yeah. Relax.
No, I'm like, I don't think they have that many beat teams.
But they get girls from NXT. Can you imagine what's her
Io
name?
Shirai and Kairi Sane.
Catanzaro.
Kairi Sane can be in 2 tag teams in one match.
Yeah, either
Really
way.
confusing.
But Catanzaro with the
Candice LeRae.
no, the American Ninja Warrior girl with the
Catanzaro
ladders.
is the-
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm
her
saying.
in
Just
general. Put her in the
but
match.
yeah, with ladders.
Yeah. Just
and
get in
stuff.
that match.
Yeah. She'll be flipping off
climb.
ladders
Yeah.
and
She might
That'd
just
be great.
fly away.
yeah, just
Yeah, she just climbs to the top of the ladder and then she just keeps floating off.
she's reaching down to grab the
Victorious
money in the
music
bank.
I don't know that have they ever done any tag team Money in the Bank? Because I can't think of one.
I don't think they have.
No, I was about to say I remembered one, but that was Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
That was a good face. Like,
Yeah. Oh wait, no, not that. Elimination Chamber, not Money in the Bank.
I'm just thinking because they've been doing women's first this, Royal Rumbles, Elimination Chambers.
I think
You
a
know,
tag.
it's
I think a tag team version of the Money Back. I think it could be cool, but also, god damn, would that be messy?
It'd be
yeah,
rough.
It would be.
Yeah.
It would. It might as well be like a Royal Rumble for the
Right after that match, we had the creepy doll vignette again with the little dollhouse and the little rocking chair and the little laughing doll. Creepy. Who knows what this means? This is weird. This is creepy, guys.
Who is it?
More to
Stay
come
tuned.
later. I did find out something. Those dolls from these vignettes, they're from Tom Savini's workshop. From like Dusk Till Dawn, a lot of older 80s horror movies. He's done practical effects for years.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're from his
made 'em.
workshop. Yeah, which that's super cool.
Yeah, I did hear they had some Hollywood help on these videos coming up, and that there's a lot more to come on that too, as far as what they're going to be doing. Even not what's even aired that we haven't talked about yet, but things that have not aired are still they're being produced by some people from Hollywood and stuff. So
So
they're,
cool.
they're supposed to be sick. Let's see, AJ. Nope. Miz versus McIntyre and Corbin. So that was a triple threat with Corbin getting the win. I do think McIntyre looked great. He sold really well.
Yes.
And that's been my biggest complaint about him is that he never makes it look like a struggle. He just suddenly seems to fall asleep and wake back up. Just doesn't look like a well-paced or sold storyline or any kind of an earned victory. Doesn't seem to be his thing. He's getting there. He's getting there quick. I think working with Dean, honestly, that changed everything. After those matches and in those matches where I was like, oh wow, he's really selling like crazy here, and he's making me invested in his win. He did it again tonight on Monday night.
And I will say, and I'll take this back. I know I kind of knocked Corbin in. If he's gonna win, he won it the best way. It was the best heel way to win this.
Oh, it was such a great win.
And it was the perfect pair for him to do this against. Because that Claymore kick looked amazing.
Oh, it was great, crazy Claymore.
Yeah, I'll be watching this doing housework, and I stopped. Like, okay, that's cool. We're repeating that a few times. That was really.
Go back.
Yeah, he timed it perfectly. Gets in, pushes McIntyre out of the way, and like you said, steals the victory and looked great.
He threw him out of that Bennigan's.
Yeah.
Yeah, throws him right out, and then takes the win. I like McIntyre's selling of that, even that shock look of like, oh, fucking kill you.
Yeah.
And you're just kind of like, yeah, dude, kill him. So I think a Baron and McIntyre story could be great.
Yeah,
could be good.
That's what TP mentioned earlier.
Yeah, he was saying he'd like to see that.
And I would love to see Lone Wolf back again as well. No more waiter, bartender. I like the Lone Wolf.
You can't be a lone wolf when you're constantly in a faction. This dude's constantly teaming up with Bobby and McIntyre.
The Lone Wolves.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Yeah. You guys want to be a one-man wolf pack with me?
Yeah.
You guys can be one-man wolf pack with me. We'll be all one-man wolf pack.
Yeah.
I thought that they all did so well, I really could have seen any one of them with the title, to be honest.
With the title or the win?
Title. They all look like championship material in there. Which, at most way through the match, at some point I got excited about that. Just watching, I was like, all of these dudes are putting out enough work right now where it's all believable. If any of them went the full way and got that title, I would believe it.
Yeah.
Where a year or 2 years ago, I would not have said about The Miz. McIntyre, earlier this year, I would not have said that about. Corbin.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been probably the first time ever I saw him as championship material in that match. They all three really stepped up. Like I said, this whole show to me this week felt like everyone's clocking in. They're reinvigorated. It's like they all got a new job and they just want to prove themselves, and I loved it. Right after that, AJ did cut a really solid promo against Corbin. Then Sami Zayn comes out. I fucking love Sami Zayn, dude. Goes out there goofing off, rolling around, starts showing his vacation pictures from Instagram. Yeah. Look at me, look how happy I am. Oh, I loved it.
Like a little burrito in Mexico.
Yeah. Look how adorable, look how cute I look in that hammock.
Look at that smile.
Yeah. They're so good, dude. Like, I hate them. It's so good.
It was really good. The only thing I didn't like, like I told you before, was the first promo was all about Seth and being home in Iowa, Then Sammy just shits on him, shits on Iowa nonstop. And then Seth, doesn't do anything. Excuse me, that's why I asked you what the dark match was, because it should have at least been Sammy and Seth in some capacity.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm defending my state, and it was nothing.
Yeah.
And that, to me, is a huge letdown.
Yeah, it definitely was easy pickings for a good cheer and a good boo to have a Seth versus Sammy for the night. You know what I mean? I don't know if they want. I don't know that Sammy can look bad even in a loss right now.
No.
Because I think he's such a good shit-eating heel that, yeah, we want you to lose and you can still look amazing.
Yeah.
Or even just have Seth go out there and just attack him.
Oh, yeah.
And then,
Not even a
okay,
match.
well, Sammy, the main event's now a triple threat. We're going to throw you in there too.
Oh, yeah.
That could have been interesting.
That
But
could have seen him do a little bit more. I think his match against Finn Balor the other week was amazing. So I'd like to see him do more work. But
yeah.
But man, I cannot knock his promos. They're so good. They remind me of Andy Kaufman.
Yeah. I think we need to get him in the ring faster though, because the more we do this, as much as I love him, the longer he's out of the ring, I need to see him do work, because I feel like it diminishes his ability there. He's on the mic great, but I feel like it takes away from the other part of what he'd be. And
he's amazing in the ring.
yeah, no, I don't want to see that, and I want it to be showcased in this character, not just. I don't want someone who's just going to be there going out talking and not doing anything.
I'm trying to figure out who are they going to pair him with. They've got nobody right now that I can think of on Raw that would pair
Who
well
loves
with
every
him.
city he goes to?
Talking about Big E?
No,
That's it.
yeah, that works. That'd be so cool. You're talking shit about my favorite city. He just comes out every week.
TP thinks that Zayn and Kofi could have been good together. I agree. They could have been great.
Yeah.
But Kofi being on the other brand still leaves me wondering who can you possibly put him against, really? I really don't know that you could put him against Seth and have Seth look good. Like, his promo skills are not at the level of Zayn's.
Yeah.
I think that you'd have a shit-eating heel out-miking your face and your champion. And then you're in a really tough spot because Zayn can keep up with Seth, no problem.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen it. So then you're in a spot where, do I even care if Seth wins? Like, I want to care that he wins. I want my champions to make me want them to be champion. But you put him up in a program against Sammy, and yeah, I'm not rooting for you, Balor. I'm just not. So yeah, I'm not sure who they put him up against. Singh and The Miz, Poker thinks. Yeah.
Be good matches.
But I
And
don't
the
see Miz
mic
being
work
a-
could go back and forth, I
They
think.
could both hang.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Miz needs to get his character. He's a weak face.
Yeah.
Right now he is, yeah.
He's a really weak face where it's like people don't even cheer him as a face. It's like my dad, I miss my dad.
Yeah, if he finds himself, he'll be fine. But right now, it feels I just keep wanting him to be a dick again.
Yeah, that's all I want. It's Miz dick.
Hello.
That's what Clump said.
Penises.
Hooray, penis jokes.
So, yeah, I don't know where they're gonna go with him, but I'm excited to see where it goes because I don't know. He's one of my favorites. Has been for a long time. After that was Cedric Alexander versus Cesaro. It was a really good match with Cesaro winning. It was a really good display of power versus speed. They really showed that well. Especially with a dude like Cesaro, who's small enough to really move well,
But
and still
powerful
booked like a powerful force.
Yeah.
Like the fact that they've been saying forever, calling him a cyborg, pound for pound, the strongest guy on the roster. This really showed that, of like him catching Cedric and stuff and slamming him out of the air and stuff. He was just beating him down. I was surprised that Cesaro got the win.
I was a little surprised about that as well.
I like the booking though, because I'm a big Cesaro fan, and anytime he wins, I'm happy. I like that he came out still to the bar theme and both, and it felt a bit sadder as he came in with Sheamus. Like, oh man, because you're noticing the absence. Like, oh, this is really sad. I want Sheamus here.
That's true. And then he dresses different when Sheamus is gone. That was weird. You know what I mean? Like, he didn't have the coat or anything. So it's like, are you part of the bar or not? Because you're coming out doing the thing and you got the bar on the shorts, but your video is just pictures of you naked for whatever reason.
Do they even do the pictures of them anymore? I thought it was just like their name pulsing over and over again. Very weird.
No, when Cesaro went out, it was...
Kevin, take your pills.
I'm like, well... I was trying to catch it. Excuse me. But, yeah, normally it was just their name when they go out together, and then this one was just Cesaro voguing for the camera.
It was really weird. It was...
7-second Vogue break.
Yeah, he was voguing. After that was the Usos. Man, was that good.
Hey.
They're overrated.
They're
I'm just
never
kidding.
overrated. That was so good. It was Usos, and they were cutting an awesome promo, and then
Call out a DUI in the middle of it. Awkward pause. Best thing in it. Yeah.
The sleeping part, that was great.
oh yeah,
had
they
a
come back and they're
dream.
sleeping. yeah. I had a dream. That was really good. The idea of Usos versus Revival,
Oh, yeah.
that sounds amazing. That's what I want in wrestling is tag teams like that going at it. Been saying for a long time about Revival being one of the best tag teams on that entire roster with no one to play with. So now they got themselves
So
some
they
Usos.
definitely... excuse me. With the shakeup, they definitely bolstered Raw's tag team division.
Is there a reason you lost your voice while talking in a normal
I have
volume?
no idea.
Talking at a perfectly normal volume, you've lost your voice.
I don't know.
And
There you go.
I have heard you yell at the top of your lungs and nothing happened.
Just a little phlegmy.
Yeah, you're coming off very Vince McMahon.
You know.
This is for you, but I'm not letting you have it.
Aw.
Yeah. Tell Clumpy's fired. Yeah.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure working with you guys for a few days.
Yeah, you're fired.
All right, I'm back.
Like I'm drinking straight ginger too, and I'm not, and like this
That's
hurts.
because ginger's good for your throat. It's burning out the venom.
It this hurts.
Yeah.
Ow.
An idiot.
That's fair.
Yeah, I'm excited about them as a and to me that's a dream match right there. This is what I've been wanting for so long. So really excited about it, and their promos back and forth were great. The Revival stepped it up, I felt like, too, because I've always liked them. Always thought they were great. Always thought their mic skills were good, but I didn't know that they were going to be be able to stand next to the Usos and keep you.
But
in
I think
there.
with a lot of times with that, it was just always a one-sided fight with the mic skills and Revival and whoever.
That's a good point. So they had nothing really to.
Yeah, if you put them out there with when they put them out
Lucha
there
House Party
or DX, and it's like, they're not gonna do well.
yeah.
I'm sorry, guys, you're not gonna get to talk tonight.
Yeah. That's true. After that promo, which got me all excited, the Viking Raiders came out as the Viking Raiders.
They look very much like
The Viking.
War Machine. No, War Raiders.
Them too.
There's a lot of names. It's really hard to keep this all up.
And then there was on the old rumor sheets, there was apparently like a fan survey that went out for the WWE Network, and it only goes to like certain people or whatever, a certain group, or because I never get them, but I hear about them. And on there, they listed them as the Viking Warriors, and they're like, this may be an accident, but if they've changed the name again, like at some point you got to lock it down, or that's your gimmick, a new name every
Just
fucking
Viking, whatever. Viking blank.
Limited release T-shirts every week. Buy it now. We're only printing them today.
week. Yeah, this is it.
Like Royal Rumble.
Yeah, Royal Rumble. Yeah, we went to Royal Rumble. There was 7 or 8 shirts that were Royal Rumble, and they were just wall to wall, amazing. Look at their shop; they've got one.
Yeah.
What? And it sold out.
That they sold before the event.
Yeah, before the event. There was like 8 new ones, and they were all gone. Plump, if you spittle, I swear to God. What? It's not my fault. I've done nothing. She's looking at me like I did this to him. He did this to himself. Do you need like a chicken nugget to wash it down? Fucking chunk.
Okay, we're good.
Are you? Clump?
That burn.
You've been drinking that for, at this point,
There's not a lot left
an
at
hour,
least.
and now you're fucking choking on it. Well done, Clump.
Yeah.
Well done.
Oh, my stomach's soothed though. Do I get one? No.
You passed me the water.
Kevin, you're rapidly becoming a better friend.
Is only. The Viking Raiders had a match against the Lucha House Party, which didn't happen.
Yeah.
It was a total beatdown. I feel like this is what the Bludgeon Brothers were meant to be, what they should have been. Beating down actual tag teams and not just jobbers every week.
Yeah.
Looking amazing, doing great moves in there. Bludgeon Brothers were just like not doing a lot of impressive stuff and only the jobbers.
Well, see, that was half the team was good. You know,
Jesus.
Harper was good.
Christ.
Rowan just.
Rowan looks great in Scandinavian metal videos, which is what he does mostly now.
Yeah, really.
He's in a lot of like.
Scandinavian
Whenever he comes out with a band shirt, he's been in one of their videos. It's great.
Oh, really?
That's like Spot the Rowan.
That's awesome.
Spot the Rowan.
I mean, they're strong though. They're so strong they made that hammer look like it was made of rubber.
That's true.
Was Harper granted his release, by the way?
I don't believe I've read that he has, but we do know that he's asked for it. I don't know what's happened from there.
We haven't seen any of these people who have asked actually get the announcement that they've been granted. So
You know who didn't announce that he was asking? It's Dustin Rhodes. Maybe the trick is don't be a piece of shit and beg Twitter to get you out of your job contract.
So
I don't know.
dirt sheet about that. WWE stars finding ways to get out of their
Oh,
contracts.
yeah. Oh
Like,
my god, this
it's
shit was
like,
stupid.
really?
Looks like you work for Ty. No, I think the idea that he wanted to leave, they forgot he was there.
Yeah. You're
He
still
walked
here?
in like, oh, thanks for visiting. You guys you live here? Is this your hometown?
Well,
first call, we're not still paying him, right?
Yeah, I need my
Oh,
release. You gotta be shitting me. How long have we been paying you?
We had this? Fuck.
Yeah. Someone's supposed to be in charge of this.
yeah. And here's to Dustin Rhodes, by the way.
Yes.
And we'll talk more about him a little bit later. After we're done with SmackDown, we are going to run over AEW and some StarCast news too.
Yeah.
Kurt Hawkins versus
This is
Zack
actual
Ryder.
news for once.
Yeah. We got new t-shirts.
Yeah, there's like 3 or 4 new T-shirts this week, so that's
And
good
a
news.
poster. Fucking cool
I
poster.
saw the post.
And a
Haven't ordered.
Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder's cut a promo that I thought was pretty strong. I'd like to see them do more in the ring at this point, just because they have been on such a losing streak for so long. Build them up, man. Now's a good time. You got teams that can lose to them.
Well, it makes sense too. I like that Hawkins seemed nervous because I like him owning like the
Oh, yeah.
feeling like I don't
Yeah.
know,
Yeah,
bro.
I'm going to be the one to fuck it up. Let's see. After that, Becky cut a promo
Bucky?
on Lacey Evans. Becky did a really good dig on Lacey about the whole like currying her favor.
Yeah.
Like, shit, she's getting in.
No, letting in. You're right. English isn't my first language.
Yeah.
She was,
Sounds like I believe the term is fisting in. I think Lacey did a really good job against the crowd. The crowd was trying to hijack her promo by screaming "what" in between stuff, and I've seen that fluster a lot of people, Rousey included.
Yeah.
And she
Big time.
did not falter. She stayed strong. She sounded good. She hit her line. She didn't stumble. She seemed confident. She's doing good as far as that goes.
Yeah.
Still not a fan of the character.
No. The other thing I don't like is that she's even got a match against Becky for the
Yeah.
belt. It feels like Rousey, where, you know.
worse than Rousey. Rousey,
Yeah.
there's at least some like background. I could see you getting moving up
Yeah.
pretty quickly here.
It's true.
This feels, yeah,
And I'm
like
surprised.
hurried favor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm surprised there's no other women stepping up and be like,
The fuck just
hey,
happened?
I've been here.
Yeah.
Like Alicia Fox.
Good point.
Oh, that was a bad match.
It It was Alicia's fault.
Let's talk about the match because there's a lot.
So, yeah, the promos on both of their sides I thought were well done, and I thought Lacey stood out in a scene where I've seen others fail. So, good on her. Let's just see how that changes up. The only thing I think about Lacey getting a title shot is, especially knowing what we know now about the 2 title shots there, I think this is a good opportunity to make Lacey look good but not actually get a good win.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Build her up as a threat, build up your big bad so you can defeat her, and then she can move on and get into the pool with the rest of the roster and actually seem like a viable threat that's worth competing with any of these people. We did skip all of the typical jobber matches along the way.
Yeah.
So this is a good way, I think, put her right on top, book her the right way, and then throw her back down with the rest of the kids and let them all have fun.
Yeah. Just glad the catwalking's done.
Yeah. Yeah, as long as you're coming out with a mic, I'm going to be able to stomach you for a minute. Becky versus Alicia Fox. Alicia Fox slipped a number of times. Physically slipped.
It felt like there was a lot of hesitation in counts. At
Yeah.
least one count where it felt like the ref had to stop, and it was almost like you saw the audience react like it should have been a win.
Should have been. Are you talking about with Alicia not kicking out?
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like Alicia's last match will always look like her first match.
Well, given what we heard about, she evidently, there's been some struggles with outside of the ring, and that she performed in a circumstance where she might have been inebriated, and that led to the release of Arn Anderson. She really needed to show,
She had a lot to live up to. Whether or not those are true or false, they are out there.
Yeah.
Whether or not it happened at all, I don't know. But that is the word out there. That's the rumor out there. So you have a lot to prove when you come back.
Yeah.
Prove that at best case scenario, everyone's a liar. Worst case scenario, you've come through it. You know what I mean? But you kind of came out and made everyone wonder, why are you still here?
And and it might have been the sloppiness of it, making them give time to it. It felt really bad that this match was longer than Bayley versus Alexa Bliss. Yeah.
Which, it doesn't matter.
So it doesn't?
I was about to say which Bayley versus Alexa match, but it doesn't matter because all of them were awful, and I blame Alexa. I hate her. I talked some mad shit to Alexa on Twitter, and shortly thereafter, she was like, "I'm taking a break from Twitter," and I was like, "Did I do that?" I'm an influencer now. I was gonna say that about the Viking Raiders. They listened to us, Clump, you and me alone. This lump was not here last week. My family. Oh, I love my kids. Ooh. Gross. You're like, you also love my kids, you piece of shit.
Yeah.
Maybe. We said on the last week's show, make them the Viking Raiders, and that'd be a good compromise. We can work with the Viking Raiders. And they did that. It was to us specifically, just us.
Yeah.
It was only us who said it.
Yep.
After that, let's see. Lacey comes in and does a woman's right to Becky that was just awful and missed. And so much so that Becky was all like, oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. Becky gets up almost all like, what did you do? And then she's like, I punched you. And she goes, oh shit. Like, that's not what I thought happened based off your movements.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know, I watched that a couple times because I thought I missed something at first.
yeah, no, Becky missed it too.
like, wait a second.
Lacey's like, yeah. And then Becky's like, that's the one, that's the move. Fuck. And then crumbles.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
The
After
second
that,
one
though,
was better.
the second one,
Yeah.
which looked much better, the Becky sold awesome.
Yeah.
Becky's doing a great job selling these punches. Like I said, you got to build the big bad before you can tear it down. The audience, by and large, for everything, had very little reaction to Lacey Evans over and over again. They also started sort of chanting Becky, but then they also kind of stopped because I think they almost just didn't care about the segment, it felt like.
But I still want to know just how much is drowned out by post-editing.
That's true.
Yeah.
Because we went to, was it the Raw after Rumble, and crowd was cheering Bailey and just
Yeah.
into it, booing Ronda like crazy, and then when we rewatched it, you heard nothing.
There was like no Bailey cheers.
Yeah.
So like really, because the place was just as loud for Bailey as they were against Ronda in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they turned down the mics over the audience to drown that out. I don't think they wanted people to think that the crowd was supporting Bailey that much over Ronda. But I don't know. It's not my TV show. But I
I'll
wanted
put a
to
laugh track on if it were mine.
That'd be good. Fart noises.
As Alicia Fox comes out.
Yeah. After that, we had Ricochet versus Robert Roode.
Oh, I love this character.
This was the first singles match for Ricochet, and the first singles match for Robert Roode as Robert Roode.
Yeah.
Those sound effects are ridiculous.
We talked about this.
I know.
Fucking stop. No, this is not what I
I
want.
saw someone posted a little video saying these sound effects are getting out of control for his thing, and they showed Ricochet go in and do that flip off the ropes, and it was like doing, and he does the flip, like bam, like.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I like Robert Roode. It's kind of crazy just him shaving his beard, how much he looks like
Yeah.
Rick Rude. Like,
Right.
scary. Like, a couple times when I was watching it, I was like,
Shit.
felt like I was watching Rick Rude. When he took off his robe, I wanted like Rick Rude themed pants. Oh, that would have been so great.
Right,
Well, and I love.
that's Velveteen Dream's gimmick.
He can take. We'll give Bobby
he's-
Roode. Yeah.
He's on NXT.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't count.
He's gonna come up here and he's gonna be called something totally different. We're not gonna like it, okay?
The Velveteen Experience.
You're
Yeah.
finally gonna like Velveteen Dream. He's gonna come up to the roster and he's gonna be called something else. And you're like, what the fuck? They're gonna make him mirror another pop star. I don't know.
He's gonna be the third Viking Raider.
Yeah.
Gonna be all face painted and shit. It'll be dope.
He's gonna
Are
be
you
Paul.
sure he's Scandinavian?
Yeah, 100%.
100%.
Yeah.
He did one of those DNA tests.
That's
Ancestry.
the best fucking intro promo. Oh, my 23andMe says I'm Scandinavian.
What?
Velveteen.
They did show a Rick Rude promo that was from the WWE.com, which I felt kind of underwhelming, but was a really good sign of things to come as far as Robert Roode being
doing
a
great.
heel. He's gonna make a good heel. It was a little underwhelming. The promo was a little cookie cutter to me. I really wished you had a really good opportunity here. His name's going from Bobby to Robert. He put on a fucking mustache. This was
Solid.
a really good opportunity for him to say, I'm tired of everyone taking me as a joke. We're not friends. I'm nobody's friend here. We're not going by nicknames anymore. I am Robert to me. You will show me the respect I deserve.
Yeah.
That would have been amazing if he was like, Bobby's what my friends call me. And as far as I can tell, no one in this building is my friend.
Yeah.
Everyone here calls me Robert moving forward. That'd have been great.
Yeah.
That should have happened when he came up, because that was basically what he was in NXT. He was, I'm better than you all, and it was great. And then it's, well, why are you a face? You're shit at this.
Yeah. Bobby. Hey, you Bobby.
Damn it, Bobby.
Damn it, Bobby.
But TP said that, you know,
He wants to see Rude with Heyman.
yeah,
I
it
don't
would
see
feel like Rude and Heenan
Heenan.
a
Yeah.
little bit.
Heenan and Rick work together, so I could see that. But I don't know that. I mean, well, maybe Robert could use a hand. I want to see a Heyman family
I do too.
because there's so many weak people on
Those
the
kids
mic.
got to be ugly.
Yeah.
No, sorry.
Pudgy.
Bunch of pudgy kids.
Small
first
kid, small kids using the same rope. Hey, it fits me. It shouldn't.
Yeah, it wasn't meant to.
But no, like a Heyman. This is what I've told you 100 times. I want factions.
They just got rid of every
So
faction
bad.
we had.
I know. I want
Matter of
factions
fact,
so
on
bad.
NXT, you missed it. Undisputed Era is on the verge of breaking up.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Ugh.
that's gonna go.
I was on the verge of liking him as long as they get rid of Adam Cole.
Yeah. They're starting to show some old cracks in the foundation there at Undisputed Era. They're getting rid of every fucking foundation.
See, that's
Faction.
faction.
Sure.
But that too.
Which I think Michelle's on the same boat as you. Every time we see somebody new or someone starts to do well, she goes, I want to see them with this person. They should care with this person. I want to see them with these people. It's kind of like, man, you're pretty faction hungry yourself because For me, I see people do really well, and I'm all like, yeah, just keep going. Leave everyone else behind you in the dust. Fuck them all. But everyone else is like, no, why would you not bring them all together?
We need Lucha House Party, Rey Mysterio, and Andrade. Bring back the LWO.
Yeah.
Clump's been saying for weeks.
Yeah, I've been wanting that for a long fucking
He's
time.
been saying for weeks I want the LWO
I'm so-
at work, and he keeps telling me to
Cheers.
shut the fuck up. There's no fucking way.
You get no cheers.
Well, like it makes it so like you can have like whole weeks of content and weeks of just like Raw and SmackDowns where they have individual and tag matches that mean something, build stories, but they don't have to be the same fucking.
If it wasn't for the Nation of Domination, the Generation X, and the Hart Foundation, we wouldn't think of The Rock, HBK, or Bret Hart the same as we do today. We wouldn't. And it was those three factions beating each other up that made those members of the faction as big as they are.
Well, that's why
Triple H and The Rock
DX is
was,
in the Hall of Fame, and
yeah.
excuse me.
Nation of Domination was Triple H and The Rock. Like, they made that happen. That rivalry wouldn't be a thing without Nation and DX.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, and it brings up the B. I think it's kind of sad we don't talk about like they keep bringing DX back and they bring back everyone in DX, but they don't go into like the Nation like that. They're not bringing Charles Wright or D'Lo Brown in, which they should because it brought these B players up too. It made X-Pac. He kept him. It made him in that upper part of the card longer, and it made Billy Gunn relevant.
oh, yeah. Yeah, Billy Gunn was struggling, and he shouldn't have to struggle. He was really good. But he was really struggling finding himself, and it was him and the Road Dogg, Jesse James.
And that's what gets me is that they, there's no factions, and even worse off, they're calling 3 people a faction. New Day a faction? No. Unless you got Big O and Big E, 4 of them, stable maybe, then we can talk. But,
That's true.
Yeah.
the Hounds of Justice, like I said, New Day, just 3 people factions just. And like I said, that's why I was on the verge of liking Undisputed Era. There's 4.
Yeah.
And that was like unseen of, in today's wrestling. And
No, and you can make things like in New Japan occasionally how this like where it's like this is personal. This isn't the faction. This is you and me. And then you can have those be your pay-per-view matches like this is Undisputed Era versus whatever the hell it is. This is Adam Cole versus my ass.
And it would actually
Adam
make
Cole versus my ass?
Yeah.
I got money on your ass.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
He definitely tucked money in his ass.
Yeah. That's where I hide it.
That's for the next show.
Yeah. $1 bill at a time.
If you donate when we open up a Patreon, we have content ideas.
But it would actually make Survivor Series relevant again.
It would, if we had to
Survivor Series for the past 4 or 5 years, just I've hated.
Oh.
I've